Mm. Okay, good afternoon. Once again, welcome to Cebu 3rd DEO for this pre-bidding conference as scheduled. Today is December 5, 2024. So we have here the following projects which we are going to discuss this afternoon. There are about 5 projects. These are all organizational outcome 1 or OO1. So first we have contract ID 25HF0067 and the contract name is Organizational Outcome 1 Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System asset preservation of program, rehabilitation and reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads. Primary road, Cebu-Toledo Warp Road. And this is along Oling, Naga-Oling Warp Road, kilometers K0052 plus 659 to K0053 plus 468. The contract duration is 138 calendar days, and the approved budget of the contract is 67,550,000 pesos only. For the next, we have 25HF0068. Contract name is Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safety and Reliable National Road System, Asset Preservation Program, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads, primary roads, Cebu-Toledo Warp Road, Oling-Toledo Warp, kilometer K0054 plus 525 to K0055 plus 000. Location contract, Toledo City. Contract duration is 143 calendar days, and the approved budget of the contract is 31,340,000 pesos only. For the third one, we have contract ID 25H F0069. Contract name is Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction, Upgrading of Damaged Paved Roads. Primary roads, Toledo, Pinamungahan, Aloginsan, Mantalongon Road, kilometer K0085 plus 500 to K0086 plus 000. Location of the contract is Barili, Cebu, with a contract duration of 247 calendar days. Approved budget of the contract is 82,025,000 pesos only. For the next, we have contract ID 25HF0070. Contract name is Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Network Development Program, Road Widening, Primary Roads, Cebu-Toledo Warp Road, Oling-Toledo Warp, kilometer K0052 plus 000 to K0052 plus 441. Location of the contract is Barangay Ilihan, Toledo City, Cebu. The contract duration is 138 calendar days, while the ABC is 28,400,000 pesos only. For the last, we have contract ID 25HF0071, and the contract name is Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, or BIP, Multi-Purpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services. This is the construction of Whole of Justice, Phase 3, Barangay Poblacion, Barili, Cebu, with the location of Barangay Poblacion, Barili, Cebu. Contract duration is 190 calendar days, and the approved budget of the contract is 31,850,000 pesos only. So these are the projects that we are going to discuss this afternoon. So we will start with the 25HF0067, and from the planning and design section, we call on Engineer Alfie Laspunia again to discuss the aspect, no, technical aspects of the projects. Okay.
So for rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads, Primary Road, Toledo Wharf Road, Uling Toledo Wharf, K0059 plus 659 to 53 plus 468. Location is in Toledo City, Cebu. Then project duration is 138 calendar days. Net length is 1.618 kilometer. This project is an asphalt reconstruction. So items involved, we have provision of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. For other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, and demobilization. Earthworks, we have removal of actual structures and obstruction, 100 mm thick asphalt concrete pavement. Then subgrade preparation, common material. For surface courses, we have emulsified asphalt, which is the tuck coat. Then bituminous concrete surface, wearing course, hot laid, 50 mm thick. Bituminous concrete surface, binder course, hot laid, 50 mm thick. Then Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.28 meter thick. So this is the gap from the existing PCCP to the edge of the existing asphalt road. Then miscellaneous structures, we have regulatory signs, which is the pedestrian crossing, regulatory signs for bike lane signs, uh, internally illuminated, solar, pavement leveled marker, flash type, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement white, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Laspuña, Alpe Laspuña, for the discussion for 25 HF 0067. We now go to 25 HF 0068. Again, Engineer Laspuña.
So under organizational outcome 1, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads, primary road, Cebu Toledo Wharf Road, kilometer 54 plus 525 to kilometer 55 plus 00. Location is at Loraidos, Toledo City, Cebu. Total project duration is 143 calendar days. Net length is 936 meters, linear meters. So again, this project is asphalt reconstruction. So facilities for the field engineer, we have provision of field office for the engineer, operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, earthworks, we have removal of actual structures and obstruction, 200 mm thick. This is for the existing slope protection, existing shoulders. Removal of actual structures and obstruction, 100 mm thick. This is for the existing dilapidated asphalt concrete pavement. Removal of actual structures and obstruction, the existing curve and gutter. Removal of actual structures and obstruction, concrete. Surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course. Then for surface courses, we have emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid, 30 mm thick. And for its binder, 50 mm thick. Then we have PCCP 280 mm thick. This is for the additional lane, both sides. Then drainage and slope protection structures. We have reinforcing steel, structural concrete, Then miscellaneous structures, we have curb and gutter, pedestrian crossing, regulatory signs, bike lane signs, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. That's all.
Again, thank you, Engineer Esponia. So we now go to the next one. The third one, we have 25H HF 0069. Again, Engineer Esponia will be the one to discuss this. Okay, proceed.
For under organizational outcome 1, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading, Toledo, Pinamungahan, Aluginsan, Mantalongon Road, kilometer 85 plus 500 to 8600. Location, Bariles, Cebu. Total project duration is 247 calendar days. Net length is 992 lane kilometer or 0.496 kilometer. This project is an concrete reconstruction with steel sheet piles. So for part A, facilities of the engineer, we have provision of field office, operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Then for other general requirements, we have project billboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization and demobilization. For earthworks, we have removal of actual structures and obstruction, 200 mm thick. This is for the existing dilapidated shoulders. Then removal of actual structures and or obstruction, 200 mm thick. This is for the damaged concrete pavement. Then surplus excavation, subgrade preparation. Then we have Portland cement treated plant mix course. This is for the replacement of the sub-base course. So instead of using aggregate sub-base course, we use Portland cement treated plant mix course. Then for other items, we have structural steel sheet piles, furnished, and structural steel sheet piles driven. This is for the proposed slope protection. Then reinforcing steel grade, structural concrete. Then Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 230 mm thick for the shoulders, and Portland cement concrete pavement reinforced 280 mm thick for its carriageway. Then last is the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for center line and the edge line. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Alpi. So we move now to F0070, and this will be discussed again by Alpi, Engineer Esponia.
Sige.
0070.
Barbadillo, sir. Barbadillo.
Okay, so proceed now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing contract ID 25.
Genric Barbadillo. Okay.
25 HF F0070. Contract name 001 Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System Network Development Program. Road widening primary roads of Cebu Toledo Wharf Road, Oling Toledo Wharf, kilometer 52 plus 00 to kilometer 52 plus 441. Location of the contract is Barangay Ilihan, Toledo City, Cebu. Contract duration is 138 calendar days. For the items involved are Part A, facilities for the engineer. We have provision of field office for the engineer rental basis, operation and maintenance of field for the engineer. For the next part, we have Part B, permits and clearances. For the next part, we have for the next item, we have project billboard. Next, we have occupational safety and health program. Next, we have traffic management. Next, we have mobilization and demobilization and removal and relocation of utilities. For the next part, earthworks, we have individual removal of trees, removal of structures and obstructions. So, kani siya removal ni para sa existing guardrail. Next, we have removal of actual structures and obstructions, 0.2 meter thick PCCP and reinforced. Removal na siya sa existing shoulder nga 1 meter width. Next, we have removal of actual structures and obstructions, 0.1 meter thick ACP. Removal ni siya para sa existing nga asphalt nga gi-overlay sa shoulder. For the next, we have embankment from roadway excavation. So, embankment ni siya para sa additional nga lane. Next part, we have embankment from barrel also para po ni siya sa makuha nga gi-embank. Next, we have subgrade preparation common material. For the next part, the part D, sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. So, para na siya sa base course sa additional nga lane sa widening. Next part, the surface courses, Portland cement, concrete pavement, and reinforced 0.28 meter thick. So, para na siya sa additional lane and para sa shoulder. Next, you have drainage and protection structures, slope protection structures, reinforcing steel, structural concrete, pipe culverts para sa coast drainage, line canal para sa proposal sa line canal both sides, and stone masonry for the slope protection on both sides. For the next part, miscellaneous structures, we have curb and gutter precast. So, para na siya sa proposal sa line canal. Next, we have right-of-way monuments concrete para sa right-of-way limits na to, every 100 meters. Next, you have tree furnishing and transplanting. So, para na siya sa furnishing sa remove nga trees except sa coconut trees. Next, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings for the edge of roads and center line. Next, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow para na siya sa mga curve. That would be also for the 25 HF 0070.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Junric Barbanillo. And now we move to the last one. And this is 0071. And this will be discussed by architect si Job, no? John Job Arminion. Okay, John?
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the contract ID 25HF0071. The project title is Convergence and Special Support Program, Construction of Hall of Justice, Barili, Cebu, located in Barangay Poblacion, Barili, Cebu. And it has a floor area of 908.4 square meters. Total project duration is 190 calendar days. And the ABC is 31,850,000 pesos. For the item, Part A, facilities for field engineer, we have A.1.18, provision of field office for project engineer, rental basis. Then next is the operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. For Part B, other general requirements, we have B.31, permits and clearances, B.51, project billboard and signboard, B.71, occupational safety and health, B.9, mobilization and demobilization. For Part C, earthworks, we have 801, removal of structures and obstruction. Then for Part D, reinforced concrete, we have item 901D, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A, 28 days. And item 9021A1, reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40. Item 9021A2, reinforcing steel, deformed grade 60. Item 9032, formworks and false works. Then for Part A, we have the finishing and other civil works. We have item 10015B, catch basin and CHB. Item 10018, sewer line works. 10019, storm drainage and downspout. Item 1001110, pipes with fittings connection. Item 1002, for plumbing fixtures. Item 100224, cold water lines. Item 1003 1A1, ceiling 4.5 mm thick, metal frame fiber cement board. Item 10042, finishing hardware. Item 10055, steel window. Item 1008B, aluminum glass window, casement type. Item 10081C, aluminum glass window, awning type. Item 10081D, aluminum glass window, fixed type. Item 10101, frames for jambs, seals, head, transom, and mullion. Item 10102A, for flush door. Item 1002B, for doors with wood panel. Item 10128, for glass and glazing. Item 10132B, fabricated metal roofing accessory, flashing gauge 26. And for item 10132C, fabricated metal accessory, gutter gauge 24. Next item is 10141B2, pre-painted metal sheets above 4.4 to 7 mm rib type long span. Next item is 10161A, waterproofing cement base. Then 10181 for glazed tiles and trims. Then 10182 for unglazed tiles. 10271 for cement plaster finish. 10321A for painting works for masonry or concrete. Then we have 10321B for painting works for wood. 10321C, painting works for steel. 10381, reflective insulation. 10462E1 for CHB non-load bearing, which included the reinforcing steel for 4 inches or 100 mm. Then 10462E2 for CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel 150 mm. 10474A for metal structures, bolts and rods. 10474B, metal structures, turnbuckle. 10475B, metal structures, sagrads. 10475C, metal structures, accessories, cross bracing. 10475D, metal structures, accessories, steel plate. 10478A, structural steel trusses. 10478B, structural steel purlins. And the 10518 for the railing. And then for electrical part F, we have 10010 conduits, boxes, and fittings, conduit works, and roughing in. 110133 for wires and wiring devices. 11021 panel boards with main and branch breakers. 11021 pole mounted transformer with complete accessories, three-phase pole type. 110216A1 for generator, three-phase for standby. Then 11031 for lighting fixtures. Next is the last part, part G, which is the mechanical works. We have item 12002B, oscillating fan, wall fan. 12005A for exhaust fan, which is a ceiling cassette. Then 12013A, air conditioning, which is a package type. 12015, booster pump with control. 12017A, water tank, stainless steel. 12026A1, fire extinguisher, 4.54 kilogram EBC with bracket. 12031A, we have for the elevator up to 500 kilogram. Then the last is the 12081 for fire alarm system. That would be all for.
Okay. Thank you, Architect John Job Arminion. No? So we have already discussed the projects. Now we go to the discuss the design and plan specification, and we go now to the construction activities. We may now hear from Engineer Almerol, Dali Armelo, for some instructions and DPW's policy in the implementation of projects. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sir Adere. Firstly, I would like to discuss the documents to be submitted by the bidder. So first, for the technical proposal, the pickup special JV license, if applicable, bid security, authority of signing official, organizational chart for the contract, and contractor certifications on key personnel. List of major equipment and omnibus sworn statement required in RA 9184. So for the organizational chart for the contract, I would like to inform to all participating bidders, department order that is suspending department order number 148 series of 2024. This is about the guidelines in the accreditations and assignment of contractors and consultant project engineers is hereby suspended until further notice. So that is for our, in the organizational chart. For the financial proposal, the documents that is to be submitted by the bidders, the following: the bid form, the bid prices, quantities, detailed estimates, and cash flow. Any omissions on the required documents is subject to the outright rejections of your bid. And in relation, I'd like also to share Department Order number 28 series of 2024. This is the three-strike policy in the procurement of infrastructures, goods, and consulting services. The policy objective of this department order is to establish a fair and transparent system for managing offenses committed by bidders in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services, project through public bidding, the Department of Public Works and Highways hereby introduces an updated three-strike policy. The policy is aimed at enforcing adherence to the procurement guidelines stipulated under Section 69.1.I of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations. So under this policy, if a bidder commits three offenses act described as all other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, they shall be subjected to an administrative penalty. Under also this department order, there are the classifications of offenses that triggers the three-strike policy and exemptions. And I would like to encourage the participating bidders to please revisit this department order for further informations and guidance. So let's go to the contract that is going to be bid this coming December 17, 2024. So for the major category of work for 25 HF 0067, road construction asphalt. For contract ID number 25 HF 0068, the major category of work is road construction asphalt. For contract ID 25 HF 0069 and 25 HF 0070, the major category of work is road construction, slope protection using structural measures. And for contract ID 25 HF 0071, the major category of work is building construction without piles, low rise with concrete frame. So that's all for construction. Thank you and good afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Dali Almerol, the Chief of the Construction Section. So I think we are already through with our discussion. So we will wrap up the pre-bidding conference, and we will see on December 17, no? The bidding schedule, December 17. So thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon, and again, advance Merry Christmas. Time now is exactly 2:55 p.m.